The next thing is wacky as hell. Are you ready for this nonsense? No, you are not, but we are going to cover it anyway. So, a gender critical man on Twitter posted, "Years of transgenders harassing me and abortion being essentially a sacrament in my state. I have to stand my ground and fight for my religion here. Christ is Lord. I am sorry." Like, you see gender critical weirdo Christian Trump whatever's posting this kind of rubbish on Twitter all the time. But this one got an interesting community note. Unfortunately, this is a screenshot because now his old account's deleted. But this was a Wayback Machine, though it wouldn't load properly. So we've just got a screenshot. The handy little context here has been added is, this user posted this during a standoff with police where he held his 4-week-old daughter hostage. He was later killed by the police after wounding a deputy and killing a dog. The child was unharmed. And it's in several things. Oh, God. We are not supporting the New York Post. The New York Post is trash, but they had like the most information. So sorry for showing a grim New York Post article. We're not going to give him the time of day on this. If you really want to watch, he did some like live stream while he was in a shootout with the police, which is just crazy. He seems kind of deranged, but he's basically going on about how, I mean, this is just such a classic example of this kind of guy, right? So the reason the police got called is because he, 29, pushed his 18-year-old girlfriend against the wall and basically domestic violenced her to the point where the police had to be called. The police turned up and he went on some crazy rant about defending Jesus and women and straight people or whatever, and how abortion and gay rights and trans rights and the transgenders and stuff are the real reason that he's in a shootout with the police. He went on this crazy rant about it, all this stuff. Why do they do this? Why is that this this kind of guy that does this? They are the kind of like, they treat women as subhuman, sexually harass people, they're abusive, and then when pressured, all of a sudden it's some big long rant about trans people and abortion. And then he ended up getting shot. So that's I mean, it's a grim end to a grim story. Fortunately, the child was okay, and the child is back with the mother. His 18-year-old wife, I mean, yeah, it says, authorities responded to his home after his 18-year-old wife told police he had been fighting with her and pushed her into a wall. Like, the police don't show up if you've just been having an argument. And obviously, if you're the kind of guy who's then going to go on a shootout and kill a dog and you take your daughter as a hostage, it was not a normal, like, thing. Very grim story. But, no, do we save this next thing? Bummer. Well, let me see if I can find it, because this next thing was completely crazy. What was this guy? Bahamas. Yeah, right. So the website, which I guess was where he worked, the website, DonaldTrumpWeed.com. Instantly, this is the guy. They were like, use code RIP Steve for 50% off. Like, just straight in there with making him a code, a discount code. Condolences to his wife, daughter, parents, friends, and loved ones. We'll miss you. He was in a fucking shootout and killed a dog, holding his daughter hostage because he lost his mind about trans people and gay people because he decided to assault his wife, who's 18 and he is nearly 30. Just correct the stuff, like, there'll be a thing, right? Everyone on the internet who's been on the internet, everyone's probably over the age of like 16, knows about the It's Ma'am trans woman, right? There was a trans woman and she went into a computer game shop or something and someone called her sir and she was having a bad day and she was like, actually, it's ma'am. And it was recorded on video and she became like a hate target for the far right for like 2 weeks. And now it's like a thing. She basically lost her patience and was aggressive and is instantly, that's now she's used as an example of like why all trans people are bad and why she's obviously a man and all this kind of rubbish. These fucking anti-trans, anti-gay, wacko crazies will go on a fucking shooting spree and kill a dog. Who cares? He was a cis man, so it doesn't. He's a white, straight cis man. So there's no, oh, you know, are all white, straight cis men terrorists, or are, you know, should we be banning them from society, or should they be allowed to run the country? And no, none of that. No. But if this had been a trans person who did this would be international news. Every single fucking person would be talking about it. And every single media appearance that any trans person did for the next 10 years, they would have to explain this person. It just reminds me of that gender critical man who tried to blow up the dictionary. What was that? Man tries to bomb dictionary. Man pleads guilty to threatening to bomb Merriam-Webster offices over gender definitions. So this is like an example. Oh, I haven't got it on the screen. This is an example of like a real straightforward gender critical man terrorist, right? A guy who's trying to blow up the fucking dictionary because it had the wrong definitions of man and woman for his liking. Who knows about this? When are people ever talking about this? Every single person in the UK has heard the name Karen White or Ilsa Bryson 500,000 times. The two trans criminals in the UK. And then there were all these, like, not ideologically motivated. They are just two horrible people who happen to be trans. Whereas these people are, like, using their ideological motivation to cause, like, extreme violence and, like, terrorism, in the name of being gender critical people. Nothing. No one cares. No one talks about it. It's just so one-sided. This is the kind of thing, when you're doing a media appearance, you're like, well, no one talks about this cisgender critical person who just like went on a shooting spree and killed a dog. No one's talking about the gender critical man who bought into the ideology so much that he tried to blow up the dictionary.